Angelo, you can start by jogging JPat's memory.
There you go.
So, JPat, start with you.
JPat Stevens, Stepheens, step ins. And I've been caving since I was 8 years old. Still go and look at them every now and then. Don't go in very many of them, but I go look at them.
Whoops, there wasn't a mic.
I've been in hundreds of different caves, and my favorite ones are just down south of here in Kentucky.
That would be Big Bat?
Big Bat's one of them, right.
Yeah.
And it's got, what is it, 50 miles?
13 or 14 miles.
13 or 14 miles.
I like 50 better.
I do too. It sounds better, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well, if you all get to work in Big Bat, you'll get to 50 miles. What's stopping you? It's
you
there. All you have to do is push the envelope. What's wrong with you?
There you go. Do it
Okay.
to it.
Yeah.
I'm Angelo George, and I've been caving probably since I was 10 years old, and really got going when I was in the Boy Scouts and Explorer Scouts, and I've probably been in excess of 1,000 caves worldwide, and have mapped something in excess of over 300 caves in here in Kentucky. And I spent a lot of time in Big Bat Cave and Thornhill and Under the Road and Bliss's Cave. And my first cave was the best cave I was ever in, and that was Mammoth Cave. And it was a second grade class trip that we went on. Took the train down from Louisville and a school bus to the cave. Spent the whole day underground and came back on the train and got into Louisville close to midnight. But from then on, I was hooked as a cave explorer.
I became interested in caves, like I said, when I was 8 years old, and I'm still interested in them. And I'm just a couple of months shy of 86 right now, and I'm still able to go in them. I don't have anything wrong with me, except I don't have any hair. Funky Hollow, do you remember that?
I remember it well. In fact, I remember it so well.
You wrote
I have a diary here that I wrote, which I wrote right after the trip, and we hope that I recorded the events correctly. It was September 18, 1966. So what I did at the time, I wrote down a lot of significant things that occurred on that trip. What I found was that the explorers at that time was Pat and myself, John Rhines, Mike Mastropalo, and Bob Walker. And we had been up to Funky Hollow several times before that epic day. And we always stopped there. The upper level of Big Bat Cave is mostly dry. You can get muddy if you want to, but mostly you can stay high and dry in the cave. And looking in the Funky Hollow, it was a low U-shaped crawlway in water and soupy mud, the consistency of jello. And right above the entrance to Funky Hollow was the words. And this was in quotes, "No exit, SNS." And we already knew that SNS was the
Society for Natural Science.
That's it. Society for Natural Science, and it was a natural history club at the University of Louisville, and they wrote that sign up in carbide. And we looked through this thing, and the water was high, and it didn't look like it'd go, since it said no exit. We assumed that was the end of the cave. Well, the September day that we were there, I yelled into the opening, and there was this resounding echo. If there was ever a siphon there, the siphon was open, and that was enough impetus for Pat to say, "Oh heck," and he slid in there up to his chin and went something like 25 feet, and then there was an up climb through breakdown that he got in there, and he stood on this breakdown ledge and yelled, and we could hear the echo resounding where we were, and it was, "Oh my God, it's big. Pat, is it big? You won't believe this." And so we were at that time mapping as we go, and we mapped something like 4,000 feet of big borehole passage, and we discovered the armory and the high-level passage that went over to Carmen's cave, and there was more cave there than we had possibly ever found any place else in Big Bad Cave. And we already had miles and miles of the cave mapped, but this was exceptional. And to this day, there's still additional cave in that area to map and explore. So it's not a done deal. As we walked along a high-level ledge, over on our right was a deep, sinuous canyon. And it looked like that there were tributary canyons that join the one in the main trunk passage. None of that has ever been checked out. So if you want to find more cave in the south end of the cave, get into the canyon and follow where those leads go, because they will lead into other cave passages that are draining into this part of the cave. You got anything to add on that, Pat?
I don't remember that much more.
Do you remember another trip from going back in there?
Oh, I probably made 100 trips in there. But
Are you filming?
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel this bridge thing is worth it. Oh God. Are you really keeping that dry that way?
Yeah.
Does it pretend it's Nutella? Oh, that's a good thought. Oh, I'm gonna have to put that my knee pad. It's coming off.
Yeah, I usually lose a glove.